Rich Dad and Poor Dad Summary by Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad and Poor Dad is Robert Kiyosaki's best-selling book about the difference in mindset between the poor, middle class, and rich. It destroys the myth that the rich are born rich. We'll be going on a topic like, what is financial IQ? Understand the difference between an asset and a liability, and much more. And be sure to comment about your favorite lessons. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich have money work for them. In this book, Kiyosaki discusses his experience of having two dads, one poor and one rich, and how each dad holds different views about money, life, and freedom. Poor dad versus rich dad. I cannot afford it versus how can I afford it? Study hard so you can find a good company to work for versus study hard so you can find a good company to buy. Robert Kiyosaki went to the same school as the rich kids, but being poor in a school filled with affluent students made him seek an answer to the question, how do I make money? Most of us work for a monthly salary. We work hard and look forward to our bills. We do not have enough money, and we believe that our problems are because of others around us. The salary becomes the focal point of our lives, and we begin working for money rather than making money. The author also specifies that having a regular job is just a short-term solution to the long-term challenge, which is to gain financial freedom. So many people say, oh, I'm not interested in money, yet they'll work at a job for 8 hours a day. If you work for money, you will run out of time to make enough money. The rich don't trade their time for money. They acquire assets that make money for them. Fear and greed lead us to the trap. People's lives are forever controlled by two emotions, fear and greed. The fear of losing our jobs gets us into the rat race, and the greed to buy more and more things keeps us running in the rat race. The trap now becomes a never-ending reality. The only way out of this fear-greed trap is to choose our thoughts. When we choose our thoughts, we are thinking rather than just responding to our emotions. Choosing our thoughts is asking, is there something that I am missing here, instead of I deserve this raise. Lesson 2. Why teach financial literacy? It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. The biggest financial lesson to learn is that it's all about how much money you keep, not how much you make. And without financial literacy, you'll lose your money soon. The fundamentals of financial literacy is captured in just one rule. Understand the difference between an asset and a liability. Rich people acquire assets. The poor and middle class acquire liabilities that they think are assets. You may want to believe that you know the difference between assets and liabilities. However, the truth is that a lot of us assume liabilities to be assets. Buying assets is about buying stuff that puts money in our pockets. Liabilities, on the other hand, take away money from our pockets. Here are a few examples of liabilities that the middle class owns. 1. Mortgage. 2. Car loans. 3. Credit card debt. 4. School loans. Here are a few examples of assets that rich people own. 1. Businesses that do not require my presence. I own them, but they are not managed or run by other people. If I have to work there, it's not a business. It becomes my job. 2. Income generating real estate. 3. Notes. 4. Stocks. 5. Bonds. 6. Royalties from intellectual property such as music, scripts, and patents. This specific lesson is meant to teach people not to be wise with your money once you have it, but rather be smart with your money before you have it. In a way, don't try to build a skyscraper or even a house without building a strong foundation first. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. The rich focus on their asset columns, while everyone else focuses on their income statements. If you are asked what the business of McDonald's is, your answer instinctively would be fast food or burger. However, the founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, believed that McDonald's is in the business of real estate. It is important here to understand the difference between profession and business. A lot of us use these words interchangeably. For Ray Kroc, his profession was to sell franchises for making burgers, but his business was to build assets. Regarding the income-generating real estate, you can keep your day job, but you should also start buying assets like those listed above. Once a dollar goes into your assets column, never let it come out. Never reward yourself with luxuries with your hard-earned money. Instead, buy assets with it and use the generated income to buy the luxuries. Lesson 4. Taxes and the Power of Corporations. My rich dad did not see Robin Hood as a hero. He called Robin Hood a crook. The poor often say, "Why don't the rich pay for it?" Or the rich should pay more in taxes and give it to the poor. However, the real rich never pay taxes. The people who pay taxes are the educated middle class. Taxes today have split us into two camps, the haves and the have-nots. The have-nots believe in the Robin Hood philosophy of take from the rich. Ironically, it is the have-nots who lose the battle on taxation. Being in a job and working hard only enables the government to tax you more. The rich don't get taxed, as tax laws help them to create jobs and corporations. Thus, the government is dependent on the middle class for their tax revenue, even though the government continuously tries to find ways to tax the rich, but the rich consistently outsmart them. So financial IQ is made up of 4 key areas. 1. Accounting, ability to read numbers. 2. Investing, the concept of money making money. 3. Understanding markets, knowing supply and demand. 4. The law, knowing the tax advantages and protections your corporation can provide. Tax advantages. Corporations can pay expenses before taxes, which employees can't do. A corporation can spend everything it can and be taxed only on everything left over. You can expense car payments, insurance, repairs, health club memberships, and most restaurant meals. Protection from lawsuits. The rich use corporations to protect their assets from creditors, whereas the poor and middle class try to own everything themselves. Business owners with corporations earn, spend, pay taxes. Employees who work for corporations earn, pay taxes, spend. And now, before the quick recap, if you want more content that can help you get to your dreams one tiny step at a time, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up and press the notification bell. Back to the recap of what we learned. 1. Make money work for you. 2. Teach yourself financial literacy. 3. Don't confuse your profession with your business. 4. Corporations are the biggest secret of the rich. And again, be sure to comment about your favorite principle. And until then, my friends, be legendary.